So the structures on the moon, how old they think they're the same age as the structures on Cydonia?
They're estimating 50,000 BP. You know, there's a race for the moon right now. And I'm fascinated by this. You know, there was a time only 2 nations on Earth had the money and the technology to go to the moon. It was the former Soviet Union and the former United States, because neither one's the same country anymore. And both those countries have been so broke, they haven't been able to do it. India and China are now sending the probes to the moon. We were going to the moon during the Cold War, and it was a crazy time. It was actually a very civilized war. I mean, the governments were at war, but the scientists were still cooperating. And there was an agreement that we would not share publicly what was found on the lunar surface. And Russia did the same thing. But China was never part of that agreement. So China has said when they land, they're going to televise live what they find on the lunar surface to the people of the Earth. My sense, the archaeological structures that we know are there, that we've seen in the photographs, the inscriptions on those structures, we're going to be able to read, because there's a thinking that those structures are from ETs from another time, but the evidence suggests they're from us, from a time in our past. I'm excited for this reason. This is obviously no ordinary time in the history of our world, and they're pushing for war. We're on the verge of global war. What would it mean if we found on the surface, on the lunar surface, evidence of us, humans from another time, leaving a message in our own languages, cuneiform, Sanskrit, those kinds of things? It could be one of the most unifying factors right when we're on the precipice of war. A cycle of civilization where we did great and beautiful things by working together until we destroyed one another through war, and that we're repeating that cycle again.